Chapter 159, The First Battle of Protection 1. Without a doubt, as long as there was nothing wrong with the head of the India sector's exchange delegation, he would not allow Azari, who had just defeated Kai Hongying, to step down. That was because, according to the rules, Azari, a powerful combatant, would no longer have a chance to fight. He would only have one chance to win. Furthermore, the injury on his head and neck was not serious. Most of the heavy blows to his head were blocked by his helmet. Only his neck was seriously injured. It was bruised and bleeding. When Azari turned around, he was slightly affected. However, after the emergency treatment by the doctors outside the venue, he was basically fine. Haruji had also been observing. He had been observing the next candidate to be sent out by the Wuxia sector. Over the past few days, they had done a lot of research on the top 20 students of the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College's Longhu list. They had come up with many battle plans and considered all kinds of situations. They had even come up with many battle plans last night for Kai Hongying and Zhu Tui, who had just joined the team yesterday. They saw Zhu Tui step onto the combat arena. Haruji's gaze changed. He walked behind Azari, who was resting after gulping down a bottle of level E energy restoration elixir. He said in a low voice, "Your genetic bone blade has been exposed. Why don't you make plan number 3 against Zhu Tui more direct and violent?" However, you had to be especially careful of his flying sword. According to the results of the domestic supercomputer's emergency deduction of his speed and trajectory, his flying sword would be able to pierce through the toughest part of the armor of your standard combat uniform after 25 meters. Therefore, if his flying sword moves, you must be careful and make a decision immediately. As he spoke, Haruji handed over a pair of half-armor shields. "Put them on." Azari took it and silently put on the arm shield. Finally, he could not help but ask, "Teacher, will my mental attack really be ineffective against him?" The results of last night's research showed that Azari's mental attacks might not be effective against Zhu Tui. Therefore, the plan did not include many mental attacks. Hearing this, Haruji sneered. Mental attacks are not omnipotent. Think about the battle with Kai Hongying just now. This woman almost killed you. Moreover, Zhu Tui's mind power might be on par with yours. Of course, your mental attack would definitely affect him. However, there's a high chance that your mental attack will affect Zhu Tui as if he had been bitten by a mosquito. Your actual combat ability is very limited. I understand, teacher. Azari rose slowly and walked toward the standard battle stations. The referee was on duty. Ku Qingshan was about to announce the participants' positions when he suddenly received an emergency notice. This was an extremely exciting battle exchange. The battle had just started, but it had already reached 2 small climaxes. Our reporters could not wait to go on stage and interview our actual players. Everyone should have no objections, right? Ku Qingshan said with a smile. A group of reporters holding microphones and miniature cameras flipped onto the arena. The person conducting the interview was a professional-looking woman. She had short hair and exquisite makeup. Her sharp gaze was hidden on her smiling face. This person was no stranger to everyone. There were many reporters in the genetic newcomers circle, but there were not many female reporters who could enter the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College for interviews. The famous female reporter, Wen Jianlin, who spanned across ordinary humans and genetic newcomers. Actually, at this moment, Wen Jianlin was a little anxious under her confident smile. The interview was too sudden. There was only a minute between the announcement and the interview. Moreover, the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College did not provide any outline for interviews. Previously, she had planned to interview Kui Shi, a second-year student from the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. For this reason, she had made many preparations and found out a lot of information about Kui Shi through her access channels. She had done a good job with the interview. The fact that she could become a famous female reporter had to do with her ample preparation before every mission. But today, it was too rushed. The school had only asked her to go on stage and interview Zhu Tui at the last minute. The information they provided her was pitifully little. Zhu Tui was 18 years old. He was a freshman at the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. He was from the School of Enlightened Mind in the Mystery Branch. Providing this information was no different from providing a person's name for an interview. There were not many interview directions. However, Wen Jianlin was an experienced reporter after all. She quickly found something special. Hello, Zutue, how do you feel about representing the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College in the actual combat exchange with the India sector today? Are you nervous? Nervous? Zutue smiled and shook his head. I don't think so. Actually, I'm looking forward to the battle. On the other side, a trace of anger rose in Azari's eyes. This kid was too arrogant. It seems that you are very confident. Oh right, Zutue, I noticed something. You are still a freshman this year, right? This actual combat exchange was mainly carried out among the second-year students of the New India Genetic Evolution College and the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. Of course, it was in line with the rules for a freshman to participate. However, I'm very curious as to why a freshman like you would participate in such a high-intensity combat exchange. Wen Jianlin asked. Zutue smiled when he heard that. The reporter in front of him was well prepared. She had hit the nail on the head.